Today, we're going to dive into a totally revolutionary way to fight cancer. I mean, this is an approach that doesn't poison cancer cells. Instead, it unleashes the most powerful defense system we've got, our very own body.
I mean, just think about that for a second. What if the cure was already there? It sounds like science fiction, right? But it's not. It's actually the whole idea behind a groundbreaking class of treatments called immunotherapies. And they all work by answering one huge question. Why doesn't our amazing immune system just, wipe out cancer on its own?
Well, it turns out the problem is that cancer is incredibly sneaky. It's actually figured out a way to hide from our immune system in plain sight by hijacking our body's own safety features.
Okay, so imagine your immune cells, your T cells, as these super specialized soldiers. They are trained, they're ready, and they can absolutely spot the enemy, the cancer cells. But right as they're about to launch their attack, the cancer cell does something incredible. It hits an emergency brake, which completely deactivates the T cell. So the soldier is standing there, weapon drawn, ready to fight, but has just been ordered to stand down.
So how does this braking system even work? Well, to really get a handle on the problem, we first need to look at how a T cell is supposed to get activated. It's a process that needs two totally separate signals. Think of it like starting and then accelerating a car. So here it is, this crucial two-step process. First up, you've got signal 1. That's the ignition. The T cell recognizes the cancer cell. It puts the key in. But that's not enough to go anywhere, right? You also need signal 2, which is the accelerator. It's a second signal that basically says, yep, this is a real threat, go get 'em. Now, cancer's big trick is to block that second signal, leaving that T cell just idling in neutral, never actually launching the attack. This is where this new class of drugs comes in. They're called immune checkpoint inhibitors, or ICIs. And their strategy is, well, it's surprisingly simple. They don't attack the cancer at all. And this really gets right to the heart of it. Instead of being the weapon themselves, these drugs are more like a mechanic. They go in and they cut the brake lines that the cancer has been using. They literally remove the off switch, which finally allows those T cells to slam on the accelerator and do the job they were designed to do all along.
Now, it's not quite as simple as just one type of brake. So scientists have developed two main strategies for releasing them, and each one targets a different checkpoint at a different stage of the immune response. First, we've got what are called CTLA-4 inhibitors. You can think of this as an upstream approach. It works really early in the process, inside our lymph nodes, which is where T cells are first trained and activated. This is called the priming phase. So by blocking the CTLA-4 brake here, you're basically training and activating way more T cell soldiers and sending them out all over the body, ready for a fight.
The second strategy is what we'd call a downstream fix. And these are the PD-1 and PD-L1 inhibitors. They work right at the scene of the climb, the tumor itself. This is the effector phase. They physically stop the tumor from pressing that local specific brake that deactivates T cells just as they're arriving to attack. It's a much more surgical, targeted approach. So let's just see these key differences side by side. On one hand, you have CTLA-4 inhibitors working systemically in the lymph nodes. And because they're essentially revving up the entire immune system, they can sometimes have higher toxicity. But on the other hand, you've got PD-1 inhibitors. They work much more locally, right at the tumor, which often means fewer of those systemic side effects. It really is about picking the right tool for the job.
So what does all this mean for cancer treatment? Well, it means we have to completely rethink how we even view this fight. This is not just a stronger version of an old weapon. No, this is a completely new strategy altogether. Think about it. Unlike chemotherapy, which is basically a poison that kills fast-growing cells, ICIs empower our own bodies. And here's the real paradigm shift. Because this therapy is using our living immune system, it can create a long-lasting, durable response. The immune system can actually form a memory of the cancer, so it can keep protecting the body long after the treatment stops. This creates totally new response patterns we've never seen before, and it means a whole new playbook for doctors and patients.
And that really brings us to a final, pretty exciting thought. We've seen what happens when we unleash our immune system against cancer, but it really makes you wonder, what else is it capable of? By learning how to fine-tune these natural brakes and accelerators, we might be on the verge of unlocking our body's potential to fight a whole host of other diseases. The journey, it seems, is really just beginning.